Welcome to our malicious compliance, where we share stories of people conforming to the letter, but not the spirit, of a request. First story: forced me to drink milk. You're going to regret that. Growing up, I had a severe dairy allergy. It has gotten to the point now that I am an adult that I will just get a stomach ache, but at the time I would projectile vomit with ingesting just a little dairy. This proved problematic growing up in the 90s as the schools wouldn't release dietary information to my parents in order for us to make informed decisions on if I could have school lunch or bring my own. I went home sick a lot as a result. So since it the 90s and the whole Got Milk campaign is going strong, there was an implemented milk break that all the kids would go into the hall, get a snack and a small milk that had to be finished in 15 minutes or so. My parents, being the geniuses they are, had provided my teacher with juice boxes so I could still partake in the break and have my snack. Until the fateful day, I had a substitute teacher. When it got to my turn in line, I was offered white or chocolate milk. Best day ever, right? There is chocolate milk. No, I politely told her that I couldn't have the milk and asked for a juice box. The teacher, thinking I was just being difficult, said no, I needed to have the milk. I declined again, only for her to pick for me and tell me that I had to sit by her and drink it so she could make sure I did. I ate my snack and didn't drink the milk until it was time to go back into the classroom. She then told me that I would have to drink it or I wasn't allowed back in. Basically on the edge of tears, because I knew I was going to be in trouble, I downed the milk and headed back into class. About 15 minutes into our lesson, my stomach starts feeling funny, obviously, and by 20 I'm starting to get really hot because my little body is about to erupt a storm of milk dotted with the sludge of chewed up graham crackers. Then it happens, Mount St. Helens blows and my desk becomes blast zone. When the retching completes and the entire contents of my stomach are in full display to the class, I was sent to the nurse's office to lay down and wait for my saint of a grandmother to pick me up. She comes in like a bat out of hell, let me tell you. Ready to go full on Hulk Hogan on this teacher after I told her what happened. When she got to the classroom to collect my jacket and backpack, she runs into the teacher being told off by the head janitor. They all knew me, and my mess is pretty good by this point, saying if she ever made this child drink milk again, she would be the one cleaning it up herself. So I got to spend the rest of the day at home puking my guts out and watching cartoons, and I never saw that substitute teacher again or on her, and she never had to see me again. Happy endings for all. Second story. You want to report me to the HOA? Be my guest. We were living in a condo complex on the second floor, and my downstairs neighbor was this older couple. The lady had a heart condition, so she was always in and out of the hospital, and I did my best to be respectful of her needs. I have 4 kids, and unfortunately, when you choose to live in the ground level unit, you have to deal with upstairs noise. I am pretty strict about how my kids play inside, so if there was ever excessive noise, it didn't last long. Every now and then lady would text me asking if everything was okay, and it was always just a tantrum. Back in August, my husband's maternal grandmother died, and we were not informed, much less invited to the funeral. It's a whole thing. So to help his siblings through their grief, we offered to host a lunch for his siblings after they went to the graveside and did a little meeting there. I wanted to clean my porch off because hello, 4 kids are super messy. I texted my neighbor and very politely but firmly said, hey, we're gonna be cleaning our porch, so if there is anything you don't want getting wet, move it out of the way. Well, she didn't like that at all, threw a huge fit, and had her husband come up and try to bully us. Her grandkids had drawn in chalk on her patio, and we were just gonna wash it all away. How horrible of us. Her husband ends up saying, "We'll just report it to the HOA and deal with it that way." I was so irritated. We ended up not cleaning the porch due to some other circumstances, but they had already sent in their complaint. Next week rolls by, and I get a letter in the mail from the HOA basically saying, "You have to keep your porch clean or we will fine you." In comes malicious compliance. I text my neighbor and let her know that we got the letter, and I would be cleaning the porch that day, so she needed to get all her stuff moved. She was all huffy. "Oh no. You can't do that today. I can't move anything. I'll talk to my husband." A while later she texts and says he's coming home early to move everything. He's not happy. Gee, I wish we could have done this on a Saturday like I had planned last week. Sucks to suck, lady. It felt so glorious spraying off my porch knowing she was downstairs complaining about it because I could hear her phone conversation. Third story. They wanted the safe combo. When I was in the military years ago, my shop unit was a skeleton staff, which meant I, as a lower-ranking enlisted person, was given tasks way above my pay grade. One of which was safeguarding the old safe in the unit. I had a high clearance, but had to be read in at a higher clearance to access the safe I was in charge of. This plays a huge part later in the story. I spent a couple months organizing and clearing out the safe, and during that time, the only person who could read the access clearance to the safe had retired, so I was the only person in my unit with the safe code. This unit treated me horribly. I was in tears almost every day as a lower rank, with new higher ranking personnel coming into the shop and treating me like *T because I was lower ranking, though for a year I had been acting as a higher ranking position to manage the shop. Finally, I got transferred to a different unit and out of that shop. The shop I transferred into wasn't classified, whereas the shop I was previously in required top secret clearance. About a month after I started my new position, two higher ranking personnel came to see me in my new office. They were a part of the shop where I was treated like SHT when we were assigned new members, and were included in those treating me like SHT after I had been running the shop for months. They wanted the safe code, which legally I wasn't allowed to give them, since we were in an unsecured location, and they hadn't been read in to get the clearance to access the code. I refused to give them the safe code, and refused to go into the secure building to even be able to discuss the code, because I was busy in my current position. In fact, I was the only person in my unit of 400 plus people to know the code, and since I was only given access to the code, but not given permission to securely read people into the clearance needed to know the code, I refused to give them the code, per the laws regarding classified materials. In the end, they had to pay for a special classified locksmith to fly down to break into the safe and reset the code. The best part was, there was no information they needed in the safe. It was all old materials that we no longer used, but weren't relevant to the current mission. I thought it was beautiful payback for how they treated me after I managed the shop with my lazy bosses who outranked me. Fourth story. Need me to clean your oven? No problem. This happened to me when I was a field tech for a commercial restaurant repair company. The company charged $110 HR. Port to port. Meaning from the time I left the shop till I returned. Being from the southwest, I resemble much of the BOH staff, and working on ovens, I was usually dirty as well. On this particular day, the chef had called in a service call for a convection oven that wasn't working, and I had just finished ordering the parts when some top brass from the front office came in the kitchen to harass the BOH staff, I suppose. One dude in a pair of khakis and a button-up asked me why the ovens were as dirty as they were, and I said, "Got no idea." "Well, you need to get them cleaned up." Now usually I would have told him to kiss my ass and walk out, but this particular day I decided to help him out, so I stayed a couple of hours and cleaned up his oven. At $110 an hour. Of course, he disputed the invoice and threatened not to pay, but I had parts on order for another piece of equipment, and if you don't pay, I don't come back and put your shit back together. So yeah, he paid. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe.